guys, so I know some of you at the very end of the year, especially me too though, we get in these reading slumps where either A, we just finished the best book of our life and now we're in a book hangover, or B, we cannot finish a book to save our life and nothing is grasping, nothing is pulling us in, and we're just slumpy. You do everything you can to get out of the slump, to not get in the slump, and you're slumped. So what do you do? Slumpy. What do you do? What do you read? What books are going to get you out of a reading slump? I got you. Now, for me to get out of a reading slump, I need a few things in my books. I need them to have shorter chapters. I need sometimes like a little creepy vibe. Not all these are creepy, but that helps me to get out of a slump if it has like somewhat of a creepy vibe because it makes me want to keep going. Another one that I need is for the very beginning of the book to get me. And I know that that's like a duh, but sometimes you can read and not really get involved in the book until like the very middle. And then you can appreciate what the first half was doing. But when I'm slumpy, I need it to capture me from the very first chapter, the very first page. Like, I need it. Otherwise, I'm going to put it down. My attention span is like, it's already like this, and now it's like this. So I need my books to capture me. And then sometimes I need just like a really fun story. So I have put together some books that I feel like either hit all three of those or some of those or whatever, but they either got me out of a reading slump or they're a 5-star. I love them, wish I could reread them. I would recommend that you read them if you haven't to get out of a slump. The first one that I have is The Last One by Will Dean. This one, I can literally tell you nothing except it is the most unhinged book I've ever read in my life. Basically, the only thing I can say, this woman and her boyfriend get on a cruise ship. They go to sleep. She wakes up. She's the only one on the cruise ship. That's it. That's all I can tell you. And that happens within like the first 10 pages. So everything else in here, you're in for a wild ride. This is a good one to get out of it. Plus very short chapters. Very quick paced. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This kind of goes into the creepy aspect sort of thing. The ending is really wild. I love a wild ending if it makes me think, if it's not anything normal. This is also a wild ending. But if it has that ending, it gets me out of the slumpy mood. Lock Every Door has the creepy feel. It captured me from the very beginning. But basically, her dream apartment, her worst nightmare. Like, what else do you need? But we have the female main character who is apartment sitting. And the apartment that she's in is in like this elite New York apartment, but it has weird rules. Like, no guests, don't talk to your neighbors. The people who already live here, like, don't talk to them. You're not allowed to. Like, really weird rules. And someone goes missing. It's pretty good. Oh, this next one that I would recommend is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. This has been out for a hot second. This had a plot twist, like the mother of all plot twists. It's very short chapters too, but we have a husband and wife duo that kill people to keep their spice alive. That's all you need. It's really good. But then what happens? IDK. Read it. Short chapters, captures your attention, multiple plot twists. Is Look Closer by David Ellis. It's a chunker. Okay. It's a thick girl, but it is so worth it. I did this one via audio too. It was really good. Super short chapters. Obviously not book. Very intricate and many plot twists. So it captures your attention from the very beginning because of how everything comes together. I don't know how to explain this one without giving it away. You have a wealthy couple And then a socialite is found dead in her house. How are they all connected? That is the worst pitch I've ever made for a book. I've made some really bad pitches. That's the worst pitch I've ever made for a book. Please read it. Just trust me on it. It's worth it. Forget the pitch. It's worth it. It's a really good book. This next one is one of my favorites this year, and I think I'm kind of low-key getting annoying, but I don't care. And it's None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, and we're following a podcast host and her birthday twin. And basically what that means is they were born at the same time on the same day at the same hospital, and one is super popular and like, again, a podcaster, and the other one just kind of lives like this normal average Joe life. And they befriend each other, and the average Joe talks the podcaster into letting her share her story on her podcast, and it gets wild. This one has a lot of different types of plot twists in it. It's also told sometimes in podcast form, so it's quicker to get through than what you think. This is a really good one. You'll get through it. I don't think I've seen one negative review about this book. This is Lisa Jewell's best, in my opinion. This is another one I get kind of annoying about, and I can't help it. Short chapters, many plot twists. Each chapter is a cliffhanger. You get through it so fast. It's The One by John Mars. Was my first John Mars a long time ago, and ever since then I can't stop reading him, but everything does not seem to be connected until it connects. But it's a little bit further in the future, and you take a DNA test and it tells you who your soulmate is. So you have you follow different people. Like, you have one who never found a match. You have one who they're engaged and they both take it to see if they match each other, and they don't. You have a serial killer who takes the test to see who his perfect match is. And each chapter is one particular person's story, but then it all interconnects at the end. It gives you like Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve vibe, like how all of those stories come together. That's how this one is. So it's super fast paced, and the end is really good. Speaking of like fast paced and in someone's head, You by Caroline Kepnes. This is a darker one, low-key kind of creepy, but it's one to get you out of your slump if you haven't read it. Even if you've seen the show does, in my opinion, do a really good job at depicting this book, but the book is so much better because, oh man, Joe is so much more menacing in the book than he could ever be in the show. Like, there's just no way to depict it. So this is a really great one. It's very fast paced. It's short chapters. It's menacing. The story flows. It's a good one to get you out of the slump. And then these last two aren't thrillers, but these actually got me out of a slump once. One is Stone Cold Fox by Rachel Keller Croft, and we're following this con man, basically this con woman, and it's a cat and mouse game, and she is trying to marry an elite man so that way she is well taken care of and like has money for the rest of her life. But his best friend is a girl, and his girl best friend sees through the con woman, and chaos ensues from there. It's a super fast read. The story is incredible to me. I really enjoyed the pacing of it. I got through it really quick. And the last one that I have is The Boys Club by Erica Katz. And I feel like this is a really random one to give for like getting out of a slump. But you have this woman who is in the boys club. Everyone knows what the boys club is, but if you don't, it's like either it exists or it doesn't in your corporate office. But the elite club where it's a bunch of men and they can get away with stuff, and it's just the old commentary on corporate America. I think Mad Men sort of thing when you think of the boys club, and it's a lawyer's office, and there's this woman, I forget her name because I never know her name, woman named Alex Vogel gets into the boys club. Like, she has proven herself, but as the story moves on, she starts to work more and more. She starts to, you know, her ethics and morals kind of slide like those in the boys club. She just changes. And is it worth it? Like, is the boys club worth it? And it's a really interesting story, but you get through it super fast. It is an interesting story. So let me hold these up. I work out. Here are all of the ones that I would suggest. Part one, not many, didn't want to make this video too long, for a reading slump. If you have other ones that you have read that got you out of a slump, I'm begging you to comment them below, because I kind of feel a slump coming on. I've already read these, so I need some new ones. But thank you for staying with me this long. I hope this helps. If it does, let me know, and I will see you soon. Bye.